This is the Sunday Business Page with Jon Delano.
Good morning, I'm Jon Delano. Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Business Page. And our very special guest today is Dr. Benjamin Granger, who is the Chief Workplace Psychologist for an organization called Qualtrix, which has been involved in research on a topic dear to all of us, vacation. Doctor, good to have you with us. Thank you, sir.
Thanks so much, John. It's great to be with you.
So let me ask you first, what exactly is your company, Qualtrix?
We call ourselves an experience management company. For everybody out there, what that means is we help organizations that you interact with, you work with on a day-to-day basis, manage those experiences for their employees, but also manage those experiences that they have with us as consumers. So that's what we do.
Well, one of those experiences that we wish we had more of, at least we say we wish we had more of, is vacation. And I thought your recent study about how so many people have a tough time really vacationing when they're on vacation. Tell us what your study found.
It was a fascinating study, and honestly, John, a little concerning, because as you alluded to, we went out to a random sample of 1,000 Americans, and we wanted to understand, how are they using their vacation time? Are they able to unplug? Unfortunately, some of the top line findings were that about half of us in the US work at least an hour a day while we're on vacation. And a quarter of us work 3 hours a day while we're on vacation. It's a little nuts.
If you're away and out of town, how do you work? Is it all social media?
It appears to be what people are saying in this study is when they are out, they're bringing their laptops with them. They're checking their email, they're checking their phone, they're checking their text messages and their Slack a couple of hours a day while they're on vacation. And for a couple of reasons, right? And reasons that'll resonate with a lot of us. They don't want to fall behind. There's nothing worse than coming back from vacation with a pile of emails that we have to go through, or leaving some work on somebody else's plate. It just doesn't feel good. And so those are some of the natural reasons people are saying, yeah, I do bring that work over. But when we look at it from a psychological standpoint, that is just not healthy. It's not healthy for us to constantly be working and to use that vacation time to do work. It's not healthy for us.
I should say not, but your figures are really revealing. First of all, you found nearly half, 49% of American workers work while they're on vacation. 24% work at least 3 or more hours a day while on vacation. 31% of people say they're expected to answer phone calls or texts, I presume from their bosses. 27% are expected to respond to emails, and 20% are expected to be online. What's wrong with these bosses, these companies? Are they really demanding that when you're on vacation, you remain connected instead of disconnecting from your employer?
Part of it is likely that the expectations are unknown. And that's one thing we do see in organizations that we consult with, is that a lot of times the norms and the clarity around what you should do when you're on vacation are not really clear to employees. So that's probably one of the issues, is that there's just not a whole lot of clarity there. The other issue is that there might be clarity, and we do have, in some cases, leaders who do expect their people to be online all the time. And I'm here to tell you that's not healthy.
The other issue that I wanted to focus on was really, why would people, not want to go on vacation? We have situations where people basically say, oh, I don't need to take a vacation. Yes, I get 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks, but they're still not going.
It's a really bizarre a situation. I think what it really is, and this is very specific to the US, because really when we go and we talk about this to people in Europe and people in Asia Pacific region, they think we're nuts, right? They really do. They're like, why wouldn't you take vacation? But again, it goes back to those expectations. The research that we've been conducting suggests that people are not clear on clarity. One really fascinating point, John, is that when we look at some companies that have unlimited PTO, right? Unlimited vacation time. People who work for those companies actually use less of it than when there's clarity around how much time. That points to that issue of clarity, being really clear about what we expect you to do and what we don't. That actually can help people take more time. So as a people leader, as a manager, like myself, I encourage my team to take as much of that time as possible, max it out.
I think that's exactly good advice. We've run out of time. We could talk a lot longer about vacations because we all want them. Thank you, Dr. Ben Granger, for being with us. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, John.
And thank you for watching this edition of the Sunday Business Page. Have a great vacation, everybody.